I've been very well indeed back in Magic back in very well indeed again. And today we're going to vlog a blog, another amazing magic series of all time. This is a great illusion of all time. This is the famous bullet catch illusion, okay? This is the most dangerous illusion of all time. Many magicians actually been killed doing this, seriously. They say 12 magicians have been killed doing this illusion. It's quite an amazing illusion. So today let's vlog a blog, an illusion that Houdini himself said he would not do, okay? It's an amazing illusion. This illusion, one of the death-defying illusion of all time. And it is the amazing bullet catch, okay? So let's vlog a blog. Amazing bullet catch illusion, the most dangerous illusions of all time. In the next few minutes, here we go. And enjoy this video, it's really good. So I hope you're very well indeed. I hope you enjoyed the lovely weather out here today. It's a lovely day here, September 2021. I hope you feel a lot better, say, after the pandemic's coming to an end, basically, over here in the UK. Now today we're going to vlog an amazing illusion, an amazing trick actually. It was the most dangerous tricks of all time. Now there are many dangerous tricks, aren't there? Hanging from burning ropes, okay, burning ropes, obviously escaping from water torture cell. There are many, many great illusions. Today we're going to vlog an amazing illusion that was actually performed by many magicians and has killed 12 people apparently. It's called the bullet catch illusion, okay? Now this famously killed a magician called Chung Ling Soo in 1918 in Wood Green Empire in London. It became one of the most famous illusions of all time because it killed Chung Ling Soo, okay? So we'll look at this illusion and discuss an illusion I think apparently went to about 1571 apparently. It's documented as far back as that basically by many, many magicians. And over the last 300 years or so, it's gone on to become quite legendary from an awful lot of the 19th century when it killed quite a few people doing it. Now the trick actually, as you probably know, you've seen the bullet catch illusion, it's done by some magicians. Penn and Teller's done it, Chris Angel's done it, David Blaine's done it, Paul Daniels did it back in the 1980s, okay, Morreti's done it, okay, Chung Ling Soo did it as well, okay, and also they called Dietrich, and they called Dietrich in the 1980s as well, okay, in America, became quite famous doing it as well. The trick itself, as you probably realise, okay, is quite famous because you have a gun basically, a big gun, you get a bullet, a real bullet, bullet is kind of marked, basically the bullet, okay, by a spectator, and the spectator puts a bullet, which is marked, into the rifle basically, and the person stands on one side of the stage, and the magician stands on the other side of the stage, opens his mouth, okay, or holds a plate basically, and normally the magician with his mouth open, for example, the spectator picks the gun up basically with the real gun with the bullet inside it, fires the gun at the magician catches the bullet in his mouth basically, and the bullet is taken out and examined to be exactly the same bullet that was marked originally, okay. That's how the trick kind of goes. So the magician appears by illusion to catch the bullet. Now, of course, we don't know it's an illusion, is that? So don't go do a trick yourself and say, it's a very dangerous trick indeed, okay. It's not a trick for you to perform yourself, okay. As I say, many magicians performed it, okay, and it's become legendary and very, very famous indeed, going back about 400 years to when it was originally documented in that 16th century or so, to be performed by many magicians. Now, the magician who became really famous was a magician called Chung Ling Soo. Now, Chung Ling Soo, in Wood Green Empire in 1918, he was a Chinese magician, okay, but he was actually an American guy. He dressed up as a Chinese bloke, basically. He performed back in World War I, basically. In 1918, Wood Green Empire in London, on a Saturday evening, he basically went and actually got shot, and he was shot dead, performing the illusion on stage in front of a whole audience of people. And that Chung Ling Soo's death became legendary, so legendary in fact, that many magicians kind of reenacted it basically, including Paul Daniels in 1982, when on his magic show he performed the trick with the original gunman, okay, and the original gunman came on with a bullet and the gun, etc. And Daniels said the whole routine exactly as Chung Ling Soo had done it back in 1918, okay. Have a look at this clip now. This is a clip of Paul Daniels doing the original and well structured, in fact copying the original version with the original gunman as well, back in 1982, of the original and even costumed version of the Chinese magician Chung Ling Soo doing the original bullet catch, okay. It's pretty startling to watch. Have a look at this, okay. Hope this doesn't get taken off YouTube because it's quite a good illusion, isn't it? It's an illusion that's well worth talking about, seriously, isn't it? Okay, Dad was did it well, didn't it? Costume design, whole thing. And back in 1982 when this was shot originally, it's quite interesting to see, isn't it? The illusion being done itself. It's really quite a extraordinary illusion, isn't it? Okay, here's a picture of Jack Grossman, who allegedly, apparently, shot the fatal bullet that actually killed Chung Ling Soo. Here's a picture of him right now. Here he is, back in 1982. Here's Jack Grossman. Lovely guy, wasn't he? I think he's quite old, obviously he's quite died since then. That was the man actually who apparently shot Chung Ling Soo apparently back in 1918, but it's never actually proven it was him. But it's thought that Jack Grossman possibly did fire the bullet that did kill, unfortunately, Chung Ling Soo, but it's not been proven exactly, I have to say. But he's a lovely guy, and if you go on the video on YouTube, you can actually look at the interview that Paul Daniels did with Jack Grossman back in 1982, where Paul and Jack Grossman discuss the life of Chung Ling Soo and how Chung Ling Soo ended up accidentally being killed during the fatal bullet catch illusion back in 1918 at the Wood Green Empire. Very interesting piece of footage. You have a look at it, it's on YouTube. Another great magician did it as well. He's died about 7 years ago. It's a great German illusionist, Hans Morreti. Now, Hans Morreti performed in cabaret, circuses and cruise ships from the 40s and 50s and 60s. But they were a big TV star in the 1980s, performing on many TV shows in the UK and also around the world with his wife, Helga Morreti, who was they were both big, mostly big people basically. Check out my video I made on Hans Morreti. He's a really important magician that you should learn about. If you want to learn about the history of magic, arts, illusion and magic, Hans Morreti is an absolutely essential magician for you to learn about, seriously, okay? So do check out my video, Hans Morreti. Now here's a bit, Hans Morreti, who also used to do stuff like dodging bullets and dodging crossbows and that kind of stuff. He did it really on stage in front of real audiences, really amazing stuff. Hans Morreti was really a dangerous, kind of obsessed with danger kind of magician, really. And he liked doing really dangerous stunts, okay? So including the burning rope escape as well, which he did quite a lot as well, okay? And many magicians did the burning rope escape, including Copperfield did it in his show in 1993. Have a look at my video about that. Anyway, here's a clip of the great Hans Morreti doing it in front of you, amazing, back in the 1980s, doing the original version of bullet catch again, using what appears to be a real gun, okay, and he actually does seem to catch the real bullet. The bullet is also shot through a piece of glass, which shatters as well, giving the illusion again, Hans Morreti is catching a real bullet. Let's have a look at this, okay. This is an amazing version again, quite authentic, quite believable, also quite scary as well, of Hans Morreti, great German, dangerous illusionist, stunt artist, magician, performing the very dangerous, very lethal looking bullet catch. Have a look at this, okay. Isn't it? So I'm not really sure what that version is of how that version is done. I don't know whether he's doing it for real or not. Obviously, you know, can you really catch bullets or not? You can't really catch bullets, can you? It is an illusion, isn't it? Okay, and I would recommend, as I said before, beginning of the video, don't do this yourself at home. It's not a little trick to do yourself at home, seriously, okay? It's really quite a major trick, but not a trick for you to do at home yourself, is it? So anyway, the illusion is quite impressive, isn't it? It's actually, the illusion was exposed by a magician called Valentino, the mass magician man in the 1990s. He did a show about it, exposed on television as well, to try and show everybody exactly how the trick was done, okay? And people have different ideas about the methods of how the trick is done. I think if you look on Wikipedia and on videos, there are some exposures how the trick is done, okay? But obviously, would Hans Morreti really take a real bullet? Would Chris Angel, or would anyone performing it, like David Blaine performing it recently on television, would they take a real bullet, or is it not a real bullet, okay? I think personally, yes, it's an illusion, okay? It's not a real bullet catch, okay? It's an illusion. So don't do it yourself at home. Well, definitely don't take a gun and do it yourself, because it's too dangerous to do. But promise you, won't do it seriously, okay? Now, of course, Hans Morreti's version was really brilliant. That's done back about the 1980s, and those both 1980s basically. I think the trick's gone out of fashion nowadays because it's very rarely seen, isn't it? And maybe it's seen as too dangerous nowadays to be shown on television. It's very interesting, wasn't it? Now here's a version again done about 15 years ago or so. Penn and Teller. Penn and Teller, great American magicians, okay? They're kind of comedy magicians. They do a lot of patter magic, and Penn talks, Teller doesn't talk, you know. And they're great magicians. There's many shows in America and UK as well over the last 30 years, actually, Penn and Teller. I might do a video about them, actually. I think the first show is great. The first Penn and Teller show, 1985, is really good as well. And here's a bit of them again doing what looks a very authentic version of bullet catch with laser-type bullets, cane guns. Have a look at this. It's a clip of the great Penn and Teller again, really doing everything amazingly by doing their own version of what looks like an authentic bullet catch. Here we're going to go. Have a look at this. Again, as I say, it's an illusion, okay? So remember, not to trick yourself, it's an illusion, okay? This is an illusion, this is a trick, alright? This is not a real trick, okay? Whenever you see David Blaine's version, you see Chris Angel's version when they catch it in a metal cup, you see Paul Dano's version of Chung Ling Soo, you see the version, you know, of Hans Morreti's version, it's a trick, it's an illusion. So don't do it yourself, okay? It's not to be tried yourself. Do not try and catch bullets, because you will get killed, seriously. Don't do it, okay? Great trick, isn't it? And what can I say about it? There's some 3 versions I've got shown you on tape from YouTube, which you can actually see yourself. Go on YouTube, have a look at the video yourself, and check the illusion out yourself. There's many videos of it, including the back of the days, and many people have performed it over the years, okay? Including videos about the great Chung Ling Soo, who became the most famous magician to be killed, unfortunately, by the Great Illusion. Many people performed it. Most notoriously was, of course, Chris Angel, great magician. Love Chris Angel. Appearing right now in Las Vegas, performed as well in his TV show, Chris Angel Believer, okay? Very impressive indeed. So have a quick look at some of the magicians who performed it. I say it goes back to many magicians over the last few years performed it. Houdini said he wouldn't do it because he thought it was too dangerous. Can you believe that? Houdini wouldn't do it. Can you believe that, seriously? Mentalist Theodore Adamant apparently presented a version outside the 1930s as well. And Ralph Ballard did it back in the 1950s as well, which is very impressive indeed. And also magician Nigel Buckhurst did it back in the 1960s, became famous in Staffordshire for doing it. The woman who did it in the 1980s was called a lady called Dorothy Dietrich, performed in 1980 apparently as well in America. Made a big deal about it. American woman called Dorothy Dietrich did it as well apparently. I think she performed for Donald Trump as well apparently as well. Mythbusters did it in 2006 as well. Penn did it of course 2000s. David Blaine did it as well in 2000s as well. Catching it again through a steel shot glass as well. Very impressive did it. It looked very effective that version as well. And of course people that actually have been shot. Monica Perez, 20 years old, fatally shot her boyfriend in July 2017 doing it as well apparently. So there he was. 3 years ago, someone else died unfortunately. So 17th century we got Coulou of Lorraine in France performed as well apparently with a gun. Kia Can Cruze, Britain, was shot by a spectator, but not killed in 1818 doing it as well. Delinsky in Germany killed his wife in 1820 doing it. Can you believe that? All right, in Germany. Torini was killed by his son, but Torini's called in 1826 performed, was killed by his son performing it. Again, I think that was in Italy, that was, okay. Annie Veroni did it in the 1850s as well in the UK. Also, John Henry Anderson performed in the UK. Well, Robert Houdin, the great French illusionist, I love Robert Houdin, performed it, I think, in Paris in the 1860s, wasn't killed luckily, he was a great magician he was. Well, Robert Houdin, okay. Great Herman performed it in the 1890s. Who else did it as well? We've got Bosco performed it in Switzerland and was shot and injured in 1906 performing it. Bosco, a circus performer called Bosco performed it. Of course, Edwin Lindbergh was killed performing in 1905. Amazing, isn't it? In Germany. Chung Ling Soo in 1918 killed, of course, by as well, of course. Third Animal performed in the 1930s. Jean Hugar in the 1940s performed it. Maurice Fogel, great performer as well. 15th, 16th century performer. He performed it as well. Was wounded as well. Performing it as well. Maurice Fogel. Have a look at Maurice Fogel. Very interesting as well. Also, Princess Sil performed it in the 1970s in India. And of course, Morgan Fairchild performed in the 1980s, I believe as well. Don Teacher in 1981. Also, Paul Downs performed in 1982. We've got Stephen Banchak Shaw in the 1980s. Valentina performed in the 1990s. Penn and Teller in the 2000s. Joe Libero performed it in 2000s. Matt the Knife as well performed it. Chris Angel 2000s. Morgan Slipper performed it in the 1990s. Recent times, David Blaine performed it in 2008. Keith Barry about 10 years ago performed it in Ireland. Steve Coe performed it as well about 8 years ago. He was wounded performing it as well by some glass and a bullet as well. Rob Drummond performed it 7 years ago in London. Finally, the last person performed it recently in June 26, 2017 and was killed performing it was Pedro Ruiz III. Okay, so people have obviously been killed by it, seriously. It's one great trick, isn't it? Seriously, what can I say about it? It's a main trick, isn't it? Trick that you do not want to do yourself. Do not do it yourself, seriously. I hope this video doesn't get taken to YouTube about it because it's quite a dangerous trick. It's an amazing illusion, don't do it yourself. Whatever you do not do it yourself. It's an amazing illusion, isn't it? I'm not doing it myself, okay? I know people who performed it, okay? If you want to see great versions of it, check those out on YouTube. Check out also David Blaine's version as well, which is pretty powerful, okay? And also the Penn and Teller version in full as well, okay? Impressive. Also check out Chris Angel as well doing as well. It's interesting to see the trick. So there you are, a trick to not be done, okay? Also a very famous trick. And don't be number 13 yourself. What are you doing the trick? Do not be number 13 yourself when you do the trick. Hope you enjoyed very much doing, okay? Good trick, isn't it, okay? Remember, please do like and please subscribe. Please do help me on the channel. Please do, okay? Help the channel so I bring more magic and ideas of 4 years of experience and magic and performance for myself to you as well. Please do, okay? Also, please click the links below for 140 videos I made of magic, chat, illusions, secrets. Okay, look at biographies, Copperfield, Paul Daniels, Chris Angel, and many more Richards, seriously. So please look at my channel for that. Please do, okay? I made 140 videos. Please look at this video as well, please do. Please remember to like and subscribe, please do, okay? Alright, subscribe, help me out, please do. And look at yourselves again for a few more days, okay? And see you again very soon for some more magic and chat and illusions. See you later on, and bye for now. See you later.